Hi everyone, it's Kim from Flourish R&R, just popping in this afternoon with a Flourish Tuck and Roll session, and wanted to speak to you a little bit about something called spiritual awakening. Now, I know that I've mentioned previously things such as spiritual shitstorms, which is when that awakening can come from such things as career upheaval, divorce, real shitstorms of there's just so much chaotic energy going on around you, that's where your spiritual awakening can come from. Now, spiritual awakening, okay, some of us come into woo being just attracted by crystals and card decks and all of that pretty stuff, and then learning gently about angels and guides and how we can work with them, and that's all fantastic. Some of us tend to have a bit of a bumpier ride into that kind of world. Okay, so I'm just going to turn the car back on. It's a little bit warm in here. So we tend to come into the world of woo a little bit bumpier. So in that, it could be you've been shown crystals and cards and that's all great, but you're not ready to see it. And you know, the spiritual shitstorm is coming up and around you, and the spiritual awakening is absolutely there, but you're not ready to deal with it as yet. And I'm going to be brutally honest with you, spiritual awakening never stops. Okay, so to have that spiritual awakening means that you are now well and truly aware of the energy around you and the energy within you. Okay, that's the biggest point I can make on this, and everything else comes from there. So how to use your crystal and cards comes from there. How to work with your pit crew comes from noticing the energy in and around you. You know when you're in a head fuck moment, there's no way you can hear the messages your crew are trying to get to you. Whereas if you are quiet and you're focusing on your own energy and you're within your own bubble, that's when your pit crew can get more messages to you to be able to help you move forward. So spiritual awakening never really finishes. Okay, it may get less bumpy, it may get less in your face, but it will never actually end, because the moment that you finally almost surrender to that spiritual awakening, it's like an entire jewelry box is open to you to be able to learn from. Okay, so, and that's everything from reading books to watching YouTube clips to learning all different ways of bringing spirituality into your life, and spiritual practices, and all the tools you can use, and how you can become a tool for the divine, because we all have that ability to be able to channel that information. Some of us just choose not to, or we're too closed off that we can't do it. So spiritual awakening is messy at the start. Okay, and it is growth. So you've gone through your teenage years of having your growth spurts and things physically. Spiritual growth is more about you're being stretched. Okay, so you're taking more information in, and then you're releasing what no longer works. You're taking more information in, you're releasing what no longer works, and you'll realize the pattern that works for you within that. Okay, so don't ever get scared off if someone says to you it's a spiritual awakening or it's a spiritual shitstorm. It's happening for a reason. Sometimes that crack has to happen for the light to get in, and sometimes they need to use a bulldozer to help you let that light in, and that can be where everything just falls apart around you. Okay, so that's my lovely little moment on spiritual shitstorms, spiritual awakenings. Don't ever be scared if it's happening to you. Don't panic if it's happening to you right now. Just remember to focus on your breathing, focus on spending time with yourself, and journaling is the biggest thing that worked for me. And noticing that you have every single answer to every single one of your questions in here. The answer is in here. Okay, so I'm going to send you guys off with lots of love. If you've enjoyed this, please like, share, comment, all of that kind of stuff. I will pop in again tomorrow and do another one. Usually with these tuck and roll sessions, I'll be on the way to the school to pick Erin up, and my pit crew will come forward with the topic they want me to talk about. So let's see what they come up with for tomorrow. Hope you're all having a great day. Talk